Hello, hello, and welcome back for another squirrel-based half-hour diatribe as I prepare to brave the blighted byways and blasted battlements of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. But first, let me open things up by reminding you folks, don't ever feed squirrels. Not ever. Don't help squirrels, don't feed squirrels. If you see an injured squirrel, just leave it there to die. Because every single time you help a squirrel, Doreen Green gets just a little bit more powerful. The squirrels are her allies, never forget. And above all things, you must remember, never, ever, ever do anything that might make Doreen Green's life even just a tiny bit better. And yes, I'm aware she's fictional. Just like I'm aware that spending 8.5 hours in a row sitting on my back porch with a loaded shotgun, waiting for any squirrels to pass by so that I might ambush them with a furious blast of buckshot is more than a little insane. But you know what? I don't care. Because what if, and this is a big if, but what if Squirrel Girl is based on actual events and personage? What if secretly it's the next American Hustle or Invictus or the Wolf of Wall Street or one of those other based on a true story kind of things? What if next week the creator of Squirrel Girl finally came forward and just said, it's me. It's all true, all of it. I am Squirrel Girl, and these are the things that I can do. Then my obsession would seem just slightly less insane. All the hours spent with that loaded gun on my back porch, all the fines I've paid for unlawfully discharging a firearm, all of it will have been worth it. All of it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that day. What does any of this have to do with Darkest Dungeon at all? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Other than that playing this game is keeping me off my back porch and keeping my shotgun undischarged at any passing gray squirrels. So you know what? Screw it. Let's just go down in the dungeon, kill the Brigand 8-pounder so that I can get back to my furious blasting of squirrel nests with a shotgun and then setting them on fire with a mixture of gasoline and diesel fuel. This is how I spend my spare time, Internet. Yeah, I'm a disturbed man. I'm not ashamed to admit it. So, Brigand 8-pounder, what's our reward? Ooh, very rare. Bonus virtue chance. Big bonus to... Okay, so you take way less stress damage. You get huge... That's actually... Oh, no, you take way more stress damage. Never mind. That's not that good, actually. I mean, it's okay, but on the plus side, it does give us deeds, which we need, also crests, which we need. So I think we still have to go in, plus we need to kill the Brigand 8-pounder, and we have a team that's pretty well perfectly situated to do it. Now's the time. I think we seize the day. Fuck you, Squirrel Girl. Every episode, I'm never going to not say it. Squirrel Girl and Superman. Oh, if only we could get those two married and then send them to Krypton on a honeymoon just in time to have it fucking explode and kill everyone. Oh, how much better my life would be. All right, so we are going to take Diana Prince. The reason we're taking the Vestal here, we really need Wonder Woman to get to level 3 so that we can start taking a swing at some veteran missions. We've probably held off on that too long, really. Misty Knight, of course, going to be backing up the merc with the mouth on this one. No name for this particular group, I see. Interesting. I actually think this is a fairly strong team. I would have expected them to have a name. Maybe like Chick Power or something. I mean, we've got 3 ladies here, and we don't know what's lurking under that leper's mask. I mean, it could be anything under there. So this is a medium mission. We're going to take a few more torches than is my habit. I'm going to take 1 extra shovel as well since we are going into the Weald. Food. I think with the Brigand 8-pounder, we should probably take a lot of food. And when I do this, I'm always torn. 2 reasons. I mean, we're going to need the heals, which is fine. I don't like spending this much cash up front, but we are going to get a lot of that cash back. But the main reasons I don't like taking this much food, it's easy to figure out where this mission ends. On all of the boss-killing missions, the bosses almost always, and by almost always, I mean I have never encountered a situation where anything else has happened. But they're always the... You know what? This is also the Weald, and we have medicinal herbs for free. I am taking less food. I'm going to cut that down to 8. But the bosses always spawn in the room furthest from the start location. So, I mean, you're going to know, as soon as we set foot in the dungeon, we're going to know where to find this cannon. Which makes sense. I mean, it should be easy to find. It's big. It's made out of metal. It's boomy, so, you know, loud as well. Yeah, you're morbidly genius, but you know what? When Squirrel Girl finally comes forward, that's what people are going to say about me, Perfidious Pete. They're going to be like, you know, I always thought he was just a crazy lunatic with a fucking shotgun and really hated squirrels. But it turns out, Perfidious Pete, that man was a morbid genius, sitting on his back porch trying to halt the rise of Squirrel Girl. All along, he's been a crusader for our rights and freedoms. He's basically Lex Luthor. That's what they're gonna say about me. You just wait. Just you wait and see. When Squirrel Girl finally comes forth and admits to her squirrel-based powers, then it'll all have been worth it. All of my fines and suffering. Little early for that. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Go here. Protecting against poisonous sap is what anti-venom is all about. Good anti-venom also not only stops the blight and venom, but protects against sticky poisonous sap as well. It's all about the sap protection, really. So we know exactly where we're going. We're just going to head straight there. If I didn't mention it, I can tell you, Brigand 8-pounder, yeah, it's going to be right here. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to skip all of this trash. We may do some backtracking depending on how our fight with the 8-pounder goes. I mean, if things go remarkably well and we've got an opportunity to camp and maybe eat some food, we might do a little, like, subsequent exploration. Try and haul a little extra loot out of this dump, if only to fucking just rub it in Squirrel Girl's face about how much more loot this team got than the team she was on. I'm a little bit worried about Catherine's stress, though. Not gonna lie about that. Alright, so they're really sticking it to Wonder Woman early. Sticking it to Wonder Woman. Who doesn't want to stick it to Wonder Woman? I mean, it's actually, yeah, I mean, probably a lot of dudes and some ladies would really like to stick it to Wonder Woman, because by all reports, she's an attractive gal. That's Wade Wilson doing right there what a good Wade Wilson do. He bringing the beat down early. That's some strong performance there, Wade. Also, I'm surprised we haven't yet got a fourth wall violation from Deadpool. I've been waiting, but I mean, for a merc with a mouth, the guy is really kind of quiet. Oh yeah, you're blighted. It's whatever. It'll keep. It's fine. It'll burn off. Just rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine. So yeah, I'm not enthused about our shovel percentage here, and that we've already used 2. I don't really want to have to dig through that rubble with my hands. That would be enormously bad, especially for Catherine Bishop. It would take a ton of stress from that particular outcome. These guys are never even going to get a swing. So I think we'll just do this. And if we can kill that unit in the back, we're going to have absolutely no troubles whatsoever. Can we hit you? We can. Alright, so we kill you. We have Wade Wilson take his patented wallop. I don't even know what the hell that word was supposed to be. I was like shooting for wallop, but then also like maybe wail on a dude, and then it just came out all fucked up.
Success so clearly.
Alright, yeah, throw the holy water in the fountain, please. Beautiful. Oh, that's what we needed, and suddenly the stress situation has gone away. I mean, not my stress over the whole Squirrel Girl thing, because really I'm very anxious about it. It's a problem. Alright, wield. I brought 3 shovels thinking, this is a medium mission. How many fucking possible barricades could there be between me and what is inevitably going to be between 5 and 6 rooms away? Turns out, yeah, I way underestimated. I should have assumed that there would simply be infinite number of barricades. It's roughly how many we've run into so far. 79. I'm not going to burn a torch if we're below 70, or if we're above 75. We haven't had a single room battle yet. So the thicket situation is not working out particularly well, but the
light, the promise of safety.
The fight situation is going all right. I don't really want to monkey with this in an anti-venom, because this can give us a pretty serious debuff. We'll just pass that up. Yeah, okay.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh.
So yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, and desperate to avoid, and then here we go. So I'm guessing at this rate there's going to be between 16 and 20 more barricades between us and the final boss fight. So I'm just going to prepare for that. It should be fantastic. None in this hallway, which means there'll be like 3 in here. A little bit of fight. Honestly, we could use some criticals and whatnot to maybe help get rid of some of that stress we just picked up. This is the opposite of that. Hey, Cultist Acolyte, do you not see me and hear me talking over here? I just said, I want to reduce my stress, and I want you to be the vehicle that allows me to do that. And then what do? Bam, stressful incantation. I really feel like you're not cooperating, like you're not a part of the team. You're not being a team player. They're Cultist Acolyte, and we all know what happens to people who aren't team players. They get fucking fired. That's what happens to them. You be a team player, you're gonna get shit canned. I'll put your pink slip right on your desk. I don't even care. I also fired you from life, so I suppose it's sort of fair, at least a little. There's 7 of our 17 stress back that we got for digging through that rubble with our bare hands. Mercedes Knight, as always, contributing, surprisingly.
Triumphant pride. tide precipitates.
She's still better than Squirrel Girl. I mean, say what you want. Say what you want about the girl. She's not a fantastic superhero. She barely has powers. Just sort of a bionic arm that somebody gave her that she constantly has to worry about not ripping off. But she's not Squirrel Girl. Say what you want. She's not Doreen Green. So we've used all. Ooh, that bandage was very useful. What are you? Plus 25 per hint. That's really good. All right, so this move charm is gonna go. And we're just going to go ahead and throw that on to old Diana Prince. Yes, this does affect her maximum HP, but I think her ability to get plus 40% out of her heals is going to more than counter any potential threat to her life. And this should be our final battle then. We're going to steal this torch on the way. We do want to make sure we have maximum light when we go in against the old Brigand 8-pounder here. And we got a hallway fight against some other brigands. Let's put these new heal skills to the test, shall we? Oh, that's real good. That's solid aggregate healing right there. That's 20. We healed for 20. Think of it that way. A 20-point heal. If we threw that at just one person, I mean, that's powerful. That's a palpable level of healing. And Wade, I think we're just going to have you go ahead and single target smash this man. That's some pretty good damage. We knew the blanket fire was coming. We can easily have Diana Prince undo that, though. And I'm going to go for the suppression because it hits them all. It's respectable damage, not fantastic, but the debuff is significant. The most important part of the debuff is the minus crit. Giving those guys, any enemy you could give a penalty to their critical chance is always hugely beneficial. Here comes the blanket fire. I'd say we dodged, but that was very clearly just a terrible shot. I mean, that guy straight up missed. Where's my big heal in there? Excuse me. I was looking for something a little more, I don't know, impressive, perhaps, and healed the... All right, well, Catherine Bishop made up for it with a nice critical there. You know, Ghetto Hawkeye? I was giving you a lot of shit for being the Ghetto Hawkeye, which admittedly is the most ghetto of ghettos. But you know what? I think you're out of the cellar, Catherine Bishop. I mean, you may not be the shittiest member of the team anymore because, hey, Squirrel Girl, totally a thing. She's out there, squirreling. And as long as you're around, as long as she's around, rather. Wow, that's some huge heals right there. Plus 40% to our heals is, I mean, that's a powerful amount of healing there. And you're just going to be dead. Maybe. Yes, there we go. Once again, Mercedes Knight bringing the pain. But yeah, Catherine Bishop, I honestly think she's out of the cellar now. And she has Squirrel Girl to thank. I don't want anyone to thank Squirrel Girl for anything under any circumstances. Don't get me wrong. Don't give her any kind of positive reinforcement. Don't encourage her. Don't fucking encourage Squirrel Girl. She's got enough moxie already. She doesn't need you fucking encouraging her. And we need to be in the front position to use Iron Swan. That's very bad. So you gotta die, and that dodge is not helping us out one lick. In fact, excuse me. You cannot move backwards. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. All right, well, the fuse isn't... You have got to move forward. We need you to be able to Iron Swan this man in the back. Also, we need you... Oh, that was beautiful, Catherine Bishop. Oh, I shot the wrong man. I'm the world's stupidest person. So this Fusilier is going to light the wick. And yeah, I'm real dumb. So that's real bad. This does an absolute truckload of damage.
Injury and despondence.
Yeah, I'm fucking monumentally stupid.
Or cowardice.
What we need people who can hit any single... Okay, well, you have no choice but to do this. The critical is nice. I don't think it's going to be nice enough to undo the massive hurt that we just took. All right, you got to die. No more of that shit, Fusilier. We've had enough, and also you are going to heal as well. We really got to start pumping out the heals. The dodge is beautiful. Nicely done, everyone, except for you, Ghetto Hawkeye, who, frankly, we expected to fail.
Cannot be left unanswered.
So the Fusilier is probably going to come back in the final position. That's very bad for us. I can't believe I did not kill that Fusilier and that I foolishly killed a blanket fire guy instead. I feel real dumb. Real dumb. So here come our reinforcements. We do have a new Fusilier. He is in still the 3rd slot, which is fine. Mercedes Knight's going to hack him in half, get a little bit of stress reduction. Here comes our heal. That's the Wonder Woman right there. Oh, she's a wondrous woman, that Wonder Woman. So do we actually have to kill the pounder? I don't even remember. You know what? I think we can just kill it with overflow and AoE damage, really. Little blanket fire. Wonder Woman is easily staying ahead of the blanket fire. Wade Wilson, we're going to have you go ahead and go for the revenge here. I actually prefer the damage buff. A heal would not go amiss for you as well, although you don't have a healing ability at the moment, so it's sort of out of the question. I can't believe I let that matchman get ahead of me like that. I feel real dumb. Real dumb. We also got more than a little stress. But Mercedes Knight, every time that little shit pops his head up, Mercedes Knight fucking whack-a-moles him. He's like, oh, here I am. And Mercedes like, oh, bam, whack-a-mole. Say what you want about that bionic arm of hers. It's not good for much, but when it comes to whack-a-mole, she is the whack-a-mole champion of the world, thanks largely to her Stony Stark-inspired bionic arm. It's all about the bionic arm. It gives her the whack-a-mole skills of, I don't know, somebody who's really good at whack-a-mole. I don't even know what kind of analogy you could possibly make there. She gives her the whack-a-mole skills of an arcade employee, of a carny. I mean, one would assume that carnies are probably pretty good at whack-a-mole. She can whack-a-mole she can whack-a-mole like nobody's business. She can whack-a-mole like Bill Murray in Caddyshack, except that was a fucking gopher, so that reference also falls completely apart, Pete. This thing is absolutely immune to blights, bleeds, and stuns, by the way. So even throwing such attacks at it, sort of a waste of time. Meanwhile, oh, Misty Knight has failed to kill that man, except the bleed is going to finish him off. Yes, he has 1 health, so we won't even worry about him. We'll just keep wailing on the old pounder here. Pounding on the pounder. I'm going to pound the pounder again. Perfidious Pete says something that sounds like a bad euphemism for masturbation. I'm going to go pound my 8-pounder. Also, if you have an 8-pound penis, you should really consider, well, 1, either a career in pornography, or 2, consulting a physician. I mean, that seems like powerfully, painfully unhealthy. If your penis weighs 8 pounds, you get a problem. I mean, even if it's engorged at 8 pounds, that's a pretty hefty size. You know, that's a pretty hefty chunk of salami there hanging between the legs. That's gonna cause all kinds of health problems. Probably gonna fuck up your back. You'd be like, oh, it's just so heavy all the time. Figured we'd change things up a little bit and let Wonder Woman off the chain, give her a little chance to do some damage. We can't bleed this thing. I'm actually gonna favor, oh, beautiful, nice critical. So we're gonna kill the bandits more so, focus on the bandits more so than the pounder. Again, the pounder is the actual goal, and it's just gonna keep summoning reinforcements, but more often we can minimize our damage, I think we'll be fine. We got a lot of health still to chew through on this thing. 33 out of 50. Here comes this little matchman. We're in pretty good shape health-wise, but you know what? Just in case I screw up or we get a very unlucky series of misses, and this matchman manages to get off another swing or dodges an attack, which apparently is a thing he can do, we want to make sure we've got plenty of backup opportunity to take that man to task. Critical heal. And honestly, I think now we would only, even if the cannon did go off again, only one of our team would be on death's door. So we're sitting pretty here. We're sitting prettier than fucking Squirrel Girl. I'm never gonna let up on this guy. I really hate Doreen Green. I mean, this is why I picked her. This is why I put her in. These diatribes. This is why. This is why she exists. This is Squirrel Girl's purpose. People wonder, you know, what's my purpose? Why am I here on this planet? What's life all about? Squirrel Girl, she does not wonder. She's like, yeah, I'm here to make Pete salty. That's pretty much it. Just to irritate one random guy who makes videos of himself playing video games on the internet. I'm here to irritate that man. And you know what? I'm damn good at my job. I feel fulfilled on a daily basis. Me, Squirrel Girl. I am 100% perfectly content because I know that the thing that I was put on this planet to do, I'm real fucking good at it. So let's see if we can get off a mark and maybe get some quality shots at our little explodey friend back there. That's nice. What do we get out of Mark? Take some extra damage from some hero attacks. Unless I'm crazy, Mark used to give you bonus damage pretty much all of the time. Heal here? Nah, I would rather... Let's kill the matchman. We won't need to heal if we just kill the matchman. Also, that was an amazing shot. Catherine Bishop wanging that big old cannon for 9. Look at her wanging that cannon. Go, girl. 4. We may actually be able to bring the cannon down right here. Nope. I mean, Deadpool got close, but he couldn't quite bring it home. Catherine Bishop dodges a shank. Come on. She may be ghetto Hawkeye, brigand, cutthroat, but you're going to have to do better than that, champ. She's not going to go down like that. I mean, she's not a punk. I mean, she's kind of a punk. She's ghetto Hawkeye, but she ain't that big of a punk. I mean, she was a junior Avenger. That's like one step below a West Coast Avenger and one step above a Great Lakes Avenger. So please, you're going to have to try harder than that. She's one step above a Great Lakes Avenger, man. Little swing here from old Wade Wilson. That takes down the cannon and the brigand, which just leaves our old pal Brigand Fusilier here. Is going to throw one last pointless blanket fire at him before we hew him in half. Or two last pointless blanket fires before we hew him in half. The most important part is that he is going to get hewn in half, or shot through the heart like a Bon Jovi song.
A trifling victory.
Yeah, you know what else was trifling, Mr. Narrator? The goddamn reward, because these are real bad. Anybody got an empty trinket slot? Hey, congratulations, you're too resistant to stun there, Wade Wilson. So let's take a look around. How much backtracking would we have to do, and what is our potential tangible benefit here? 3 unexplored rooms if we go all the way. I think we just camp here, eat our food, and say to hell with it. I don't really see any benefit for that much backtracking. Or what is potentially not even... I mean, we could get literally nothing out of that, too. So it's going to be all about stress reduction. Quarantine is real good. All companions. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. We don't care about the amount of damage he takes. It's not going to kill him, which is fine. Could reduce his own stress by 20. Let's see what else we can do with our time. Mercedes Knight could reject the gods, but that is going to give a couple people a lot of stress. Wound care, sanctuary. Eh, not so good. Anybody got any stress? All right, you have encourage, which is nice. Who has the most stress? 30. Now you do, actually. Yep. All right, well, let's have you encourage our Vestal, who has the second most. I guess we will have... Might as well get rid of some of your own stress, because we've got time. It just leaves us rejecting the gods, wound care. Can we do anything else? Yeah, we could pep talk. That doesn't really do anything. Watching plan, triage. We don't need to heal. Yeah, none of this is useful. I don't think Sanctuary will do anything as far as stress reduction, but we have time. We might as well try it. Yeah, it actually didn't do anything at all. All right, then let's just we can't quest complete anymore. Very interesting. So you can no longer just bail out of a campsite after you've completed your quest. You do have to rest, which makes me more than a little glad that I used Sanctuary, because this way we can make sure we're not going to get any of that stress back by getting ambushed. What stonework are you talking about? We're out in the Weald. Do you see any stonework around here? The only stones I see are fucking gravestones and a mausoleum in the background with some kind of cryptic writing on it. A blazing star is born. I don't know if Barbara Streisand, I would call her a blazing star. At this point, I'm not even sure you're eligible to call Barbara Streisand a star. If it's anything, she's a burnt out star, or maybe a collapsed star. So we did pick up our very rare item for our Crusader, but I gotta say, I'm not hugely enthused with the bonuses that thing has. Bonus virtue chance is not good. You don't want to be in a situation where you need that, but with plus 20% damage from stress, is minus 20% stress damage a bonus, or is that a penalty? Like, is it harder to get you stress? Or easier? I really gotta look and figure out the way that goes. I'm guessing it might be a bonus. You're just harder to stress. Maybe we'll give that to Superman and try it out. So we got a bunch of gold, 9,000 total. That definitely more than pays for the upgrades we have. We also picked up a couple portraits, some deeds, some crests, other assorted goodies. Here's the important part, though. Did Diana Prince level? Yes, she did. So did Mercedes Knight and Catherine Bishop. I mean, Wonder Woman got the Red Plague for her trouble, which is awful. Catherine Bishop is a known cheat, but also a Weald tactician. Nobody else got anything. Man, I really wanted to go into a veteran level dungeon next time, but that simply ain't in the cards. With the Red Plague, we're going to definitely have to get rid of that before we can send old Wonder Woman in there. And this is what happens when you don't wear pants, Wonder Woman. I mean, you could have avoided the Red Plague if you had simply been wearing pants, and then that flea would not have been able to bite you, and you would not have gotten the Red Plague. But no, you wouldn't listen to me. Now you've got fucking swollen red boobos under your arms because you got bit by a rat. Just put some damn pants on, Wonder Woman. That's all you gotta do. Put on some damn pants. You know, that gives us an opportunity to get rid of some troubling quirks on the rest of our A team. We're going to go get rid of Fragile as well. Enlightened, I actually don't really care about. We also have Fragile on Poison Ivy. I think we'll get rid of that as well. So we'll get the A team in peak condition for when they do eventually go into the old dungeon. We're also going to go to the guild here and do our final upgrade. This will get us access to level 3 skills, and once these guys all get out, we're going to upgrade them to level 3. Would love to get them level 3 weapons and armor. I mean, we can do level 3 weapons. We can't do armor yet. We need 26 deeds and 17 crests, and maybe that's what we'll focus on next mission, is trying to farm up some deeds. Although we should resort by level here. There we go. Oh, Captain America's falling behind. Oh, man. I guess Captain USSR maybe pulling into the lead, Steve Rogers. You're losing the space race, Steve. What are you going to do if the Russians put a satellite in orbit before we do? Huh? Call it the Sputnik. Yeah, that's what we call it. You're going to get Sputnik, Steve Rogers. Keep up. Keep pace, man. An Apollo mission or something. I forgot what I was going to say. I got sidetracked by the fact that I was making ridiculous references to a Russian space race against a fictional superhero who is like the Russian version of Captain America, which makes no sense at all because I'm pretty sure that's the Winter Soldier. So, yeah, I'm checking out now. My brain checked out like 5 minutes ago. I figure I might as well be done too. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more bizarrely ridiculous stream of consciousness kind of references that don't necessarily make any sense at all, and of course the hatred for Squirrel Girl, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.